The final night race of the NASCAR Intent Line Custom season in the second race in the round of 8 will take us to Texas Motor Speedway for the running of the AAA Texas 500. If you watched on Tuesday night, Jimmy Johnson ended up punching his ticket to the Championship 4. He is the first of the drivers to do so. And as we look at qualifying results, Dylan Murway, Dale Earnhardt Jr. start first and fourth. Jimmy Johnson, he is in the chase as of right now. He is in Miami. Any finish or any issue happens to him, he will not be affected by it. Kevin Harvick and Carl Edwards start 8th and 9th. And then Kyle Busch will start tonight in 17th. And Ryan Newman starts in 20th. Dylan Murway on the pole. Denny Hamlin was the spring winner of this race, of the Texas race. Will he be able to pull off the season sweep? Pace car is off. Will anybody join Jimmy Johnson in Miami? You're about to find out. Five bonus points for Dylan Murway leading that lap as he runs away from the 16 of Biffle and continues to do so. For leading that lap, very similar scenario played out for him in the spring race. Got out to a big lead. The first portion or so of this race ran caution free, and then the second half, all heck broke loose. As Dylan Murway has broken to the 29.68 category for time. Dylan Murway is pretty much checked out at this point. Continuing to drift up the track. Oh, kissed the wall there. And that'll mean we're still green here at Texas. Dylan Murway continuing to pull away from Greg Biffle by about 2 seconds as he has led the first 5 laps up to this point. Early on in the AAA Texas 500 on a Friday night. Get some schedule moving. So an update to the schedule. Texas is now Friday night. Monday night. Texas is now on Monday night. Phoenix will be Thursday afternoon, and Homestead will be on Thursday as well to close out 2020. Dylan Murway is continuing to lay the smackdown on the field as he has opened up a almost 3-second lead to this point. With the track, Dylan Murway is already using up the right side of that car. Dylan Murway continuing to run away from the field. 8 laps complete tonight at Texas. Dylan Murway is well ahead of the field, as this race is probably going to be split into thirds by the time things look to play out. Probably about 4 or 5 green flag pit stops tonight, if provided no cautions were to happen. Oh, that was weird. Sorry, my computer shut off in the middle of that. I had to boot it back up. We're good. Dylan Murway well out front of Greg Biffle now. A little over 2 seconds. Had to get a little squirrely, probably a lap or so ago off that corner. Luckily, Dylan Murway seemed to figure that out, as he still is probably a 2-second lead over Greg Biffle, as the field continues to cycle through. Probably expecting pit stops the next 2 or 3 laps. Depending on how far Dylan Murway wants to stretch the fuel. Because his tires are also burning too. So this probably means they're probably going to think about pitting as well next for fresh set of shoes and fuel. Two laps left. Several cars coming down pit road this time. Greg Biffle and pretty much everybody on back is on pit road. At least the biggest chunk of them, except for maybe 4 or 5 cars or so. Biffle and Truex on pit lane. And they begin the first round of green flag pit stops. Dylan Murway coming out of pit lane in 7th. Scott Speed is your leader on this cycle of stops. There's Dylan Murway coming back up on the track. Scott Speed is on pit lane. Dylan Murway comes under Truex to take 3rd. Biffle coming in line. Dylan Murway is able to shoot right by him. And Dylan Murway will take the lead on this cycle of green flag stops. At the end of it, anyway. Scott Speed is on pit road, making his way to his stall. There is one car coming out of the pits. That could cause a hindrance in how these drivers blend in line. And it looks like it does not, as Dylan Murway settles into rhythm and continues his march to his dominance out front here at Texas. sorry, an update. Those of you who watched Atlanta on Thursday night and Texas tonight. So Phoenix will be Monday afternoon and Thursday afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Mountain, because Homestead will be 11 a.m. Christmas Eve, because that'll probably be the max of when I do videos on holidays, even though I hate doing them. I have set a cap that anything past about noontime, personally, anything past about noon will be when videos will be cut for the holidays. That way you guys can go out and spend some time with your families this holiday season, or at least try to, with everything going on in the world right now. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. Is COVID-19 vaccines will be hitting states and possibly your state very shortly. Political side over for a second. Dylan Murway has opened up nearly a 3-second lead on Greg Biffle as he is working his way through the lap traffic. Caution free for the first 19 laps of this race. So he continues to put on a bit of a clinic here in Texas. Dylan Murway puts 2 more cars 1 lap down. We've had 2 caution-free races this season, and we had 1 race have 1 caution the entire way. That was back at Daytona when that happened. The rest of the race was basically caution-free from here on out. It was ironically, both of these races were caution-free races were won by the 25 Dylan Murway. He won New Hampshire and he won the first Richmond race as well, with this race playing out looking to be very similar to Richmond. Dylan Murway trying to keep it tight on the 47. As Martin Truex takes the top spot, there are cars on pit road, and several cars at that. Dylan Murway puts numerous cars a lap down, up to the 93 of Travis Quapple. Or sorry, the 43 of Eric Almirola, as it looks like Almirola is getting set to hit. As Dylan Murway will be doing just that. Four shoes for the 25. Dylan Murray back out on the racetrack. In 15th place. Sliding up onto the racetrack by turn 2. Trevor Bain will be scored as our leader, and the caution comes out. David Reagan gets turned around on pit lane. So the top 4, Dylan Murray is your leader. Second in points, so 2 more drivers to join him and Jimmy Johnson. As of right now, are Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch. Harvick is 5 points out. Junior is 6 points out. Jimmy Johnson is 17 out, and Ryan Newman would need to win. Sorry, I had to at least try and count it. Pace car is off, already flying through a good chunk of this race. Dylan Murray is going to bring him down for the restart. Dylan Murray getting a little squirrely there. And with that actually brought Dale Jr. closer to Harvick in terms of the points battle, because Dylan Murray was the leader. He is the highest chase driver right now. As of right now, so there's 37 laps to go. Paul Menard leads. Dylan Murray is still hanging on the top lane. And whoa, big moment there. Dylan Murray gets real loose, saves the car, and Paul Menard is still up front. Dylan Murray trying to get things settled down. Hanging into Pop a little bit, 25.93. Making a little contact. $36 laps to go right now. And Dylan Murray and Scott Speed get together. A lot of damage to the 25 this time. And whoa, flies into Edwards in a big mess. Edwards is in it. Multiple playoff drivers sliding around. Harvick into the inside wall. That's Matt Kenseth in it. Carl Edwards with big damage. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in it as well. Kevin Harvick to the inside, bouncing off of the side of Hamlin. And caution waves. Wow. A lot of cars sliding all over the place. You have to repair the damage at the very least. So while that goes on, Paul Menard is your leader. So in terms of chase drivers, somehow Dylan Murway is the highest out front. Pace car is off, green flag is out, and Menard continues to lead. Oh, Labonte gets turned and a big hit. Wow, hard hit. Yellow flag number 3 this time. Caution waves yet again. Jimmy Johnson is your leader. If he wins, then as of right now, the top 3 would remain relevant. There'd be 3 open spots heading into Phoenix on Tuesday. And then Homestead will be Christmas Eve at 1 p.m. Eastern. And whoa, Dylan Murray gets taken out by Labonte off turn 2. The yellow comes out again. It's in, comes down from Logano, and gets finished off by Bobby Labonte. Let's go ahead and crank it up for this restart. And McDowell gets turned around. Dylan Murway saves it, but the yellow comes out yet again. As more cars continue to pit. 37 laps to go. Five yellows. We had the first, probably 5th of this race run caution free. And now, ever since then, crashes, and crashes. And several of them. Trevor Bain is out front as of right now. You see what Dylan Murray does to try to make up the lost ground after he's starting 27th. Wow, almost a tight moment there with Denny Hamlin going down on the nose of the 18. And, oh, what a hit by Kurt Busch. Getting sent up into the wall. Somehow that wasn't a caution. And around they go. Dylan Murray gets tipped into the wall. Somehow the yellow is not out. After that little incident there. $22 to go. Sorry. Yeah, 23 to go now. And the caution will come out here.
Splash of fuel. We got a fresh set of tires here if you want them. Okay, let's make this work.
So, another pit stop. Sudden rash of cautions late here in Texas.
Get ready. Give me a nice smooth stop here, guys.
Yep. Tony Stewart, who surprisingly is not part of the playoff conversation, is up front for this restart with Paul Menard to the outside. Kevin Harvick and Matt Kenseth are second and third on the playoff grid. Ryan Newman is fourth, and he's got a whale of a cushion over Jimmy Johnson as we speak, with Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth are second and third on the playoff grid. Newman is fourth. Johnson is fifth. Jr. is sixth. Carl Edwards and Kyle Busch, Dylan Murray, and so Dylan Murray, Carl Edwards, Kyle Busch, Dale Earnhardt Jr. are the bottom four. Jimmy Johnson is automatically in. So the other three that would join him are Harvick, Kenseth, and Newman. as of right now.
Another fastest stop today. Awesome work, boys. Okay, go get him, man. We're still one of the fastest cars out there. Keep hitting your mark. Still starting to nail the field. Okay, let's go. Let's go. That's up. Hard on top. Keep rolling. Got one more to the top. On the high side.
Tony Stewart clear out of turn 2. Josh Wise losing a lot of ground. Right now, Mark Martin up top, trying to peek outside of Jeff Burton. Dylan Murway, whoa, 3 wide. Kane up into Martin. Now everybody's scattering around here. Dylan to the inside, 3 wide, trying to force it in on Robbie Gordon. Looks like everything seems to be in working order. And Dylan Murway escapes the chaos going into turn 1. Tony Stewart's last win obviously was the big battle for the championship with Carl Edwards that ultimately ended in a tie, if we're talking regular points. However, the tiebreaker did go to Tony Stewart with his 5 wins compared to Carl Edwards in his 1 victory back earlier that season at Las Vegas. If you ever had an idea how important wins are, they can determine if you win the championship or not. Ambrose and the Biffle there. No contact, or no yellow. Ambrose on the outside. And there goes Biffle into the wall. And Stenhouse takes out the 25. And Biffle will bring out the 7th caution. And somehow, after all this, everybody from Kevin Harvick on back pitted. Dylan Murway will restart in 15th. Martin Truex is now your new leader. Dylan Murway muscling Josh Wise out of the way. And more crashing. Everybody involved in this. So that's yellow flag number 8. Dale Jr. is the highest driver on points, with Kevin Harvick and Ryan Newman being the other drivers that would join Jimmy Johnson in Miami, or if the chase were to end at Phoenix. Final 4 was at Phoenix instead of Homestead. $12 to go. Oh, got one in the wall. That is David Reagan by the looks of it. Everybody pits, checks up. Got cars in the wall. Kyle Busch goes for a slide. Scott Speed goes for a slide into the dirt. Somehow everything seems to be in order. It's like more cars could be entering pit lane here this go around.
Okay, let's go find the next victim. Car inside your door. Clear hello.
Wow. 10 to go. Ambrose leads. Everybody crashing into everyone and their mother. Somehow looks like we could be seeing another yellow mix up here. Everybody's shuffling and scrambling. And it looks like we got a car coming, got cars to pit road.
Those trackside tires ain't looking good, buddy. You need to get some gas. We're ready when you are, pal. Let's go to work, boys. Here we go. Awesome job, guys. Great teamwork.
Kevin Harvick is your leader. Oops. After that yellow, he's one lap down. And it looks like Dylan Roy will end up in front of him when we got a crash. Turn 3. Looks like, couldn't see who that was on the inside. For a little further up, looks like Michael McDowell in a loner spin going through the wall in turn 3. Bounces off Kyle Busch, McDowell into the wall, and then way up the track. So Clint Boyer is your leader. Everybody from Trevor Bayne on back has pitted. Here for this restart, 5 to go. We'll see how this restart shakes out. Oh, tune the wall. Gilliland and Logano. Green's still out. Amarola just runs Busch up the racetrack. And we are under our 10th yellow of the afternoon. Of the night. Boom. Wow. Ran him high. Martin Truex, Brad Keselowski on the front row. How will things shake out in this 3-lap sprint to the finish, essentially? Oh. As we come to the green here with 3 to go, Martin Truex leads. Going into turn 1, looks like he's going to be clear of Keselowski on the outside lane. Going down the backstretch, there's a lot of cars stacking up here. Oh, McMurray gets in the wall, and we're under caution because there's another wreck further back. Looks like Matt Kenseth and Clint Boyer into the wall. First green-white checkered attempt. Here, Jeff Gordon on the front row. And with Paul Menard, highest chaser right now is Carl Edwards in 7th. Jeff Gordon has 1 win to his credit at Texas, looking for 2 and chance to spoil the championship party heading into Phoenix. Gordon clears Keselowski coming off of 2. You wonder if Keselowski could try something. On Gordon. Out of turn 4, looks like everybody stays clean and green. Heading to 2 laps to go. Regan Smith into the wall. And a big hit. Hit behind. So I think we're at like yellow 13 now. Menard. Both the BK cars, and then everybody slides to the top to avoid. Dylan Murway will restart in 6th. He's got Carl Edwards pushing him. What will Edwards do on this restart? Gordon clears. Burt takes the lead. Can he clear him? They just have to make it to the white. Jeff Burton, Brad Keselowski, Sam Hornish, Carl Edwards, the top 5. Dylan Murway with a big head of steam. Up to 3rd, and contact. Hard hit. Car airborne. If Dylan Murway can pull this off, this means he will be through to Miami with a championship run. 2 laps to settle it. So top 4, Gordon, Burton, Keselowski, and Stewart here at Texas. Jeff Gordon takes the white flag. Dylan Murray with a massive head of steam into turn 1. Keselowski gets turned. They crash behind. Everybody piled up in turn 1. And Jeff Gordon, after a big explosion on the last lap, is going to go through, and he will get his 3rd win of the season tonight here at Texas, as everybody behind him is torn up. They're still crashing. I don't even know how many cars DNF. They're still piling up in turn 2. Gordon drove into it. Jeff Gordon has driven into this crash. Montoya drifts up the track. And wow, got a slow car up ahead in Trevor Baynes. Several drivers have blown tires. And wow. See how that many cars got taken out in this. Juan Montoya, Dylan Murway, Kevin Harvick. So with this, Ryan Newman still hangs on. He's the first highest driver on points. Dale Jr. and Carl Edwards would be joining Jimmy Johnson in Miami. Kyle Busch is 2 points out. Matt Kenseth is 3 points out. Kevin Harvick and Dylan Murway, one of those drivers needs to win heading into the next race in Phoenix. Congratulations to Jeff Gordon on his third win of the season. He won at Pocono and he won at the Brickyard. He's not in the chase, but anybody can play spoiler to the other drivers who are. We'll see you next time.